Welcome to another weekly market update. Sunday, the 17th of September, after the market closed on the 15th. Look at a chart here of the S&P 500, which is the sort of benchmark index for the whole planet. Here's where we look at the long-term picture for the stock market and then the short-term picture, so that all your investments and trades are aligned with the overall overriding trend. Everyone's interested in the stock market, whether they like it or not, because their pensions and just about everything else, the economy is linked to it. You need to have an interest in the stock market. If for no other reason, it's going to give you an early warning sign as and when a recession comes, usually about 6 months in advance. So this is a good place to be every week. It's a nonsense to say I'm not interested in the stock market. That's akin to saying I'm not interested in money. I mean, you may not be interested in money, which is fine. But otherwise, here's where it's at every week, and this is a free service for our subscribers. This is a sort of weekly chart. We're going back a few years now, and these moving averages here, which is kind of like the average price of the S&P 500, smooth things out for me to give me more of a trend picture. And the vertical lines here are sort of each week of action, up or down. And as we can see here, you know, the S&P 500, the benchmark kind of stock index, is clearly above its key 200-day moving average. The 40 weeks, the same thing, and it's pointing up. So that's a healthy picture. It's above and it's pointing up. The 70-week, which is just below it, is also pointing up. That is the picture perfect of how a healthy bull market looks. The only thing that's still remaining a little bit unhealthy about this is it hasn't had a good, honest correction in what's going on for a year now, which is getting on for actually being silly and perhaps probably record breaking at some point. I don't know. But we don't fight the trend. We don't get in the way of it. Where we ride it wherever possible. When it looked like the market was just going to turn down, all it did was just turn right back up again and finish the week on a brand new high here, 2,500. The big picture is most certainly bull market, and that started last November. And my system that I teach in the courses, in my seminars, told you to get in here actually and stay in ever since and not get out yet. And that has, with my system, which magnifies the gains, given you about 75% on your money in less than a year. So the big picture is up. Short-term picture here, we can look at the day-to-day chart, zoom in a little bit, get 6 months of action instead. Each one is a day now. This is the 50-day average line here, and there's the 200-day. And talk about ending the week on a high note. I mean, this massive volume surge up here. This is volume, that conviction in the buying, pushes it up to a new high at the top of its closing range. It just didn't get any more bullish than that. And so on it goes. The short-term trend is most definitely upwards. Anything can happen in the next week. From where I sit right now, the picture is here. Short-term is upwards as well. I can't see any chinks in the armor of this at this time. So we just keep on riding our trades, which is something I talk about in the members-only video, which follows this one. I'll speak to you next week.